Discord,
50%. 50% is...
Discord is 100k people with even now 25k online.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of organics then.
Yeah.
So we have 60k paid ads and paid search. So it's like 90,000, which is basically 50% of the...
Still goes to show how important UA is, even if you have a Cinderella story. Like, you still need to get the UA right. Yeah. UA is so important.
It's 4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matej drops knowledge made of gold and ice. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jack up designs, worlds chasing the sky. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA, adverts, and game design too. Matej, Felix, Shaka, bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matej, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jacob's crafting realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
Hello, and welcome to another fantastic episode of the 2.5 Gamers podcast, where we dissect games so you can stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry. Today, we are doing The Tower. I'm Felix Broberg.
My name is Matej Lančarič. This is the kids version.
Yeah. And we are your hosts.
We are your hosts. We are not doing this.
That's true. Yeah, we're not doing this back and forth.
I think. Yeah. I think it's fine. Okay.
I gotta say, Jakub, like, how did you find this game and put it on the docket? Because honestly, I really love this game. This is great.
It's in the menu. It's on the menu for years.
Yeah, it's been in the sheet for years. Been requested by like multiple fans, basically, and we were, I guess, going back and forth of like where to put it because it's not new really, and there was also stuff in the news lately. So yeah, here we go. I guess that's how it.
Here we go. Yeah. Also, we had the event GDC this year in March, and Anthony came to visit the event and came to me and said, "Man, I really love your podcast. I'm the guy who actually made the game called The Tower." It's like, oh, then you need to come on the podcast at some point in the future. But he's busy. But we also asked a few questions, and he was really, amazing that he could answer some of our questions and my additional questions about UA and some other stuff. So, there are still only 4 full-time employees. So it's a very small team, but a bunch of contractors, obviously.
It's like one of those answers from, what was it? Lessmore? Like, we're just 50 people, but we have like 40 contractors.
I mean, come on, it makes sense. It's like, this is the smart way of doing things, by the way. So,
yeah, it is the smart way, definitely.
There's, Anthony started hiring 3 years ago, but it's still for 4 full-time employees and 25 contractors. So it's a big amount of contractors. But again, smart way how to do it.
All right. Do you want to start with the numbers, or do you want to start with the game this time?
I would go with game.
The game looks like numbers right away.
Yeah,
exactly. Just scale the Excel sheet. You're right.
Exactly. But man, it's such an example of a game that just like someone's just like, oh, let me just do something different, and it works.
It's one of
this is a perfect example where you don't really need any art because
that's
this is a perfect example. Because art is not really art is not the game.
Yeah,
game design is.
This is like the power of game design. I think like it's kind of reminiscent of something like BitLife Simulator. Also like a game like very niche, going very strong after like such a long time, and very unique concept. And there's like nobody can copy it because it's just so deep. So that's there. But actually, when I was digging into this, I just wanted to show you that there's actually a copy on the market.
There's so many copies of this.
Yeah, but from a prominent studio. So, yeah. So if you remember, at some point later, there is the Tower Defense chart. Our top 10 game in the chart is Galaxy Defense Fortress TD. Our guys here from the Tower are actually not there because they are not considered by Sensor Tower as a tower defense game, but an idler.
Of course.
Which I guess is true to some degree, but I would definitely put them here.
I can even show you the video where Anthony, he is the best creative. Well, he is the best creative. And he's talking about how he made a tower defense game / an incremental game.
Yeah. So
it would be where like somewhere there between 7 and 8, right? If it was here on the list.
let me double check.
It's 2.1 a month, right? 2.1
exactly.
mil a month. So yeah. And that's sadness multiplier on top of that. So yeah.
Two plus, let's say. Yeah.
2 plus, and I would say it's close to 2.5.
Yeah.
Somewhere
here.
Let's go with that.
And also we need to, again, like I'm saying this for the 20th time, we need to cut Kingdom Ground out of this list because this is a 4X, not a tower defense game. So yeah.
But it's in the tower defense.
So it'd be number 6.
Category.
Yeah, somewhere around Grade Rush. I think Grade Rush makes more because it is much more ads. So that's there.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. Okay, the game I wanted to show is called Geometry Tower Idle Defense.
I saw this actually before.
Yeah, so it kind of looks the same.
Yeah, it is exactly the same.
Yeah, and this is from
Cyberjoy
Games. And what is Cyberjoy Games? It's the guys that did Galactic Defense Fortress TD.
Yes.
So they are also in the chart on 10th spot. We covered their game. It's the Bang Bang Survivor sci-fi niche version. So we'll see. But yeah, it's there. Anyway, back to the game. So as I said, it's one of those like going strong forever and reaching record revenue pretty much forever because it just started so low and didn't really scale that big.
It's so low.
Yeah, but that's like literally like how it is. Like started like August 2021.
Started from the bottom. Now we are here. There you go.
From 0 to hero, literally. So
that's
it goes to something like 6K, 7K a day, and then it went all the way to something like 80K a day. Now jumping with these spikes, those are I think events. That's
must be.
Remember, 4 full-time employees.
Yeah.
4 full-time employees. That's all it is, huh?
Yeah. But that's like amazing. Like that's why we're covering this story because it's just literally very interesting, and especially the game design and whatever they did there, it's quite unique. So as I said, like let's look the numbers. This is the game. It's the numbers.
Jesus Christ. Yes,
we don't really do the thing. How I would do this episode is that let me go over the feature set and gameplay, and while I'll play the gameplay and show you how to do the tactics, Matej can read us some of the answers from Anthony himself actually, because we asked the guys, they couldn't come unfortunately, but they still were able to at least give us some hints because again it's great to fact check our bullshit if we do some. So
this is no bullshit gaming podcast, by the way, so we are fine.
Let's go. So you start within the game on tier 1. It has actually difficulty tiers that you select yourself. This is, by the way, one of those things that does like why this game is so core, because you select a lot of stuff yourself, and just from the beginning there's so many decisions that you need to do yourself, which means there's a giant margin of error. And if you screw up, you kind of didn't really work out. So by the way, any comments to the highest wave?
Yeah, like when I was playing it, I didn't progress for like 2 days because I wasn't playing the method that you sent in the chat.
Way.
Yeah, and then like when you start pressing playing the right way, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Like, how would I have known that? And then like you actually have to go on these boards, and then like it's not as fun playing when you're playing that way because you're just upping on defense the whole time.
Yeah. But it's just like the first tier, like early beginner guide. But
because then you need to change the build multiple times when you hit
this build won't work that well in tier 2. Like
okay.
Yeah. That's the Jakob's efficient way. I was trying to play the fun way, and I just ended up.
Yeah, I was playing fun way, and I was not progressing.
Yeah, wave 21 was like, okay.
And I kept losing, and I was like, oh god, damn it, I have to play Jakob's way.
Exactly.
Damn it.
I was like, we need to actually follow the guides.
Yeah.
This is the game where we follow the guides from the beginning. Just like so. Anyway, but this is the main menu. After a while, you unlock some of these things here in the milestones. Milestone is like the main feature unlock where we have like the lab, you have events, you have tournaments somewhere. I don't know where. I think like quite here. Yeah, from wave 60, and then it goes all the way to something like wave 4000. Where you get like T1 flux, this is I think like artifacts or not, like a lot of progression layers basically. So that's there. So the first progression layer are these attack upgrades. Those are exactly the ones that you have in the main core, but these you kind of pre-buy, so you can start from a better point. So basically, if I, like you see here, I have here defense absolute already costs you like 2.2k coins because it's like 48. Usually, like normal one will be like 5 or something. So that's there. Then you have utility upgrades, like these 3 main categories, and then the special one, which is ultimate weapons, which cost a shit ton of money actually, which are some like very special abilities like chrono field that I have here, which like slows speed of the enemies, and then you have like that's literally like atomic bombs or whatever, like stuff like that. So very, these are like the chase items. And again, you see that they have a lot of upgrade layers because not only I need to first like get a lot of these like special currency for those, but I need to invest in those to kind of mean something because, like, for instance, in this current basic state, this literally does nothing. Like, it just slows time for 5 seconds every 3 minutes. Like, really? That's it. Yeah. Doesn't work that well. Then there's the gacha, which is just normal shard gacha. That's it. The interesting part is that you unlock actually the deck slots in it. So deck slot costs hard currency, which
It's expensive. Yeah.
very expensive. So that's great. The cards are just normal ones, like you upgrade those and they just scale up as you have more levels of them. Some are completely useless, like we talk about in the first iteration of the build, and then some are very good. So for instance, this one, the enemy balance, which increases cash earned, like, yeah, that's great because basically the point of this game is that either you play for pushing tiers, like pushing the waves like as high as possible, like you invest everything into like the proper build, or you do like the grindy build, you like just farm money. And this is like the build just to get like the most money out of it. That's it. Because again, you're farming the soft currency which we take out of the game. I mean the core gameplay. This feature I didn't unlock because tier 2 wave 90 is like, oof, yeah, that's very hard.
It's gonna take you half a year.
Yeah, not half a year. It would take me like a month probably. Like just like I need to just grind
or a
so
lot
much
of money
stuff because like tier 2 already scales so fast. Like my turtle like just can't keep up because it's just like everything scales so fast.
Can you show a video of what that last unlockable looks like though?
I guess we can find it. Yeah, no worries.
you can find it for sure.
Lab, this is basically just a research tree, nothing really to it. So you select some researches and you can research it out. You can rush it and skip the timer. That's it, like bread and butter stuff, not really. Then there's the shop. Interestingly, regarding the shop, a lot of these things are permanent, which are very, very good conversion items, such as all coins earned permanently ×2 or ×3 or disabling ads or some packs. Basically, there's an offer wall hidden here, and then like, yeah, very, very basic shop. I don't think so. They even have offers here. What?
My disable ads costs $9.99, by the way.
Your disable ads cost $9.99. My disable ads cost $10.99.
Euros.
You have dollars price there, or what do you have there?
No, it's euros.
Why do you have €1 less?
I have no idea.
Okay. Have you spent in the game already?
Wait a second, I did, but it doesn't matter. If you scroll up, there's one interesting thing which I don't think you have. Can you see the top?
Web store. Wow.
And you know what? And you know what? By the way, this is an interesting thing because they use FastSpring, and this is not an ambush ad, but they do it. They use our dear sponsors, FastSpring. This is the true story ad, exactly. So, dear listeners, if you want to just use the web store, you have your web store, just go to the fastspring.gg. There you go. We are actually, this is finally the case. We're actually reviewing game, and they have FastSpring as a web store. So, thank you very much, guys, from FastSpring for sponsoring the episode, and also to kind of help other developers to earn more money in US. I might have the web store because I'm in the US at the moment. Do you think that's the case, or
You're still in the Slovakian
country?
That is true.
Store, right? App Store.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
You have iOS, and you don't have it, Felix. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it. No.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe just some segmentation.
Might be
because you paid. Did you pay, Felix?
No, I haven't paid.
But I said it. I saw it before actually making a purchase. Yes. So I was like, oh, wait a second, I want to make a purchase. So I went to the web store, and then it's like, oh, wait a second, this is FastSpring web store, amazing. Then I made the purchase, and then came back to the game, and then got all the like freebies afterwards.
Okay, interesting.
So, yes, very interesting.
But that's there.
Let's see the game.
Yeah,
Let's see the loop.
Just the final thing here. Guilds unlock on tier 3, which I guess is the standard feature. Then there's this whole event thing, which is their, again, main bread and butter, I'm guessing, because lots of quests here that you need to do, and there's lots of prizes. Especially, it's just basic like event shop kind of setup where you farm and then you choose what you want to buy. Skins increase your currency gain permanently if you have those. They're limited, so that's very, very powerful. And then there's the daily missions thing, which just go and recharge. They already have like weekly rotation. It's not really daily, just like you daily complete 8 missions and then you go in and like do these other things there. Yeah, and there's also an ad for 5 gems.
I'll go over all of the ad placements.
Yeah, you'll go with those
when you're done.
Anyway, let's go. We'll go tier 1. I'll use my turtle build to kind of show you how it goes, and that way we literally will be able to play for an hour. So here is the game. First thing, immediately what you do, you would go here and do the bonus ad, because it's just like 1 point times com multiplier for 20 minutes.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and you stack these for like hours and just go and watch like 7 ads in a row. That's it. That's the first one. Then what you do, you immediately go here and just get all the cash, kind of increase your cash bonuses. I have the skip waves thing, so I'm already on wave 10, as you see here.
Yeah. There's the skip intro.
Speed up the stuff. Also, I researched like 3.5 game speed, which is like one of the best upgrades here.
Yes.
You can get, because it's just like, you go faster. Then you see the whole point of this like turtle build or whatnot is that enemies have like this kind of a damage, like 14.7 something. If we go to our defenses, we have currently defense like absolute, meaning like the real defense, like 48, which means they do jack shit. As you see,
they can't.
And they just like morph there. And what we do, we also don't really we don't invest in attack upgrades at all. Zero attack upgrades.
You're describing builds now. Can you just describe how the game works instead of the best build?
Yeah. Because I was like,
I know we said you were right, but yeah.
Yeah, people usually don't get them till this point. I mean,
So what you do here, like, your tower automatically kills enemies, and you just put in these upgrades and help your tower kill them better. Like, 3 main upgrade vectors, and the last one is the ultimate weapons. As we talked before, this unlocks somewhere there later. You can turn it off or on or whatever. But we already had this game because this is a similar, like this kind of type of game. It's a similar game from, what was it, the Azure one from the Chinese team, if you remember, Castle something. I forgot. Castle Siege. Something, where it was
Castle
actually...
Slime.
Yeah, Slime Castle. Yeah, where the enemies were coming in waves from the right, and you were just upgrading the, damage of your towers, whatever, something. This is very similar. It's just this is circle of defense. Enemies are coming from all the way here. You can also do this, like make it nice on the full screen, basically, stuff like that. And that's the beauty of it, that if you really play it, like the run of this kind of a one game can take very, very long. I mean, hours. Like literally hours, and we'll still like on skip, and because you've seen like how many ways this is. I think like we go over thousands and everything, and there's like lots of mechanisms to kind of make it seem like you're playing an idler, basically. Like you have like, for instance, interest. Like you see, I have this thing which you have. If you click here, it's like I make 5k per minute, 200 coins per minute, and stuff. So you see a lot of idle mechanics in it. As for like making money, like the menu here on the bottom literally looks like adventure capitalist. It's just like you increase stuff, then it increases in price, therefore you just cannot, like, if you just spam it, like, that's all my money basically, and then I need to wait basically. So that's there. Very interestingly, and here we go, plus 2 gems. Very interestingly, one thing that I really haven't seen anywhere is that you can actually interact with like rest of the game during the core, because it's an idle game. So if you go here, you can still watch your upgrades, like, let me put another one here, another research here. You can go and even summon new cards. You can go and complete missions here, like you would be in the main menu. That's like super unique, but you're all doing this during the run. So that's really nice, because I guess at some point somebody figured out like these runs take hours, and like I need to set up new lab research or whatever, buy something, complete mission. So that's very, very handy. And what's happening here, as you see here, the enemies are slowly kind of getting stronger and stronger. We are getting more and more money, and then we start finally upgrading our defenses, which you see that suddenly we're just like 10 times more or whatever. Plus there's also defense like percentages, like lower their attack, and there's the main thing why we kill them so fast, which is Thorn's damage, because they just go here and kill themselves by 4 seconds currently, and we can push it to 3 seconds now. That's it. And this whole thing just goes in and scales, and my last level record that I pushed here regarding the waves was 513, and this
31.
whole
13.
This whole thing takes like an hour plus on speed 3.5. Yeah, and you see where this whole point now comes from, like the fun and like whatnot, from optimization, from you being efficient, following all of these guys, different tactics, strategy. Again, this is just the turtle build, as we call it, in, like the community calls it, because it's for the like beginning of the game, because the enemies are very, very easy in this like first sense, even though Felix and Matej were horribly dying by using the attack upgrades because they cannot
Exactly.
because
of the speed and then damage. It's like exactly.
But there's
exactly.
also no onboarding. Like there's
zero
no
onboarding.
like
These games
there's
don't have
zero
onboarding.
onboarding.
I was playing this, I think, a couple of months ago, and I said, look, we need to definitely start talking about this on the podcast. And I was like, I couldn't even pass the like third wave because I was clicking on the
attack
on the name of I was clicking on the name of like the attack speed. I was like, what the fuck is why I'm not upgrading it? Yeah, these happened. Then I was like, this guys, and then I was like, oh wait a second, I need to click on the right. Yeah, there. Oh, okay. Now I got it. No, but I was spinning out. I mean,
because
eventually
like, it's just this build works so well because it scales damage by the HP of enemies. You see, like I'm doing currently like 130 damage, like this guy, and my real damage is like 44 because the Thor's damage just scales percentage wise, so you can scale it infinitely basically.
Also, but then like this game is really core. That's why we see the revenue go up, but not the scale of the UA that much, because I'm pretty sure like the CPIs of these games is just like absolutely amazingly high.
Yeah, because the thing is, and this is really the important part, because as I was digging into this more and more, like you see all those like build ideas where we are, like for instance, this one, where it is, I don't know if I can find like this is some advanced guide, whatever bullshit, but
there's a lot of those guides.
Yeah, so for instance, this one here, you see,
he's got a star instead of a tower.
Yeah, of course, because that's the skin.
But
just by the sheer stuff that you see here that's happening here, that the guy has like 84% critical chance, which is max. You see like how many different things is like 150 million HP plus the shield plus like completely new mechanics unlock later, and like you can optimize it to the limit literally by having these other things there that are just like this coin thing.
Yeah, but the attack speed is max.
Yeah. So eventually, like you see how like this whole thing turns into this like disco show, because there's like so many new mechanics being unlocked. Like it's the same as like the hobby, Survivor IO stuff where like the character turns into Blender basically, because like there's so many weapons.
Great way of describing it.
That's like pretty much it. And like here we are just at the basic stage of the game, even though it's like could be like wave 500 or whatever. But eventually there will be like so many more mechanics, because if I go tier 2, enemies scale much more faster, and like I'll get killed kind of fast because I just don't have the upgrades for that. So that's there. Okay.
Should we do ads?
Yeah, let's do ads, and then Matej can read a little bit of the answers from Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, maybe we should do that now, huh? Or should I do the ads first?
Yeah, let's do ads. Let's do ads first.
Let's do ads. It's fine. It's not
so the ad placements is not that much, right? So it's 5 gems that you see during the runs and also during the main menu. Pops out, I think, on a 20 or 30 minute timer if you watch it, and then it comes back a bit later. Then there's the 15 gems in the store on a 4-hour cooldown, and then it's once a day. Once a day. And then it's the coin bonus that stacks, right? And that's it. But then it also has an offer wall. And games like this that have a lot of IAP, it makes complete sense to have an offer wall. There's a lot of people that don't. Like if you have a strong economy, this is the time when you should actually have an offer wall. If you go into the store, you can see it right next to the ad placement. If you scroll down, right there. Yeah. You can just go in, Yeah, it makes complete sense, especially now. Offer walls are going crazy, competing. So if you have a game with a solid economy and a lot of IAPs, you can get paid a big signing bonus if you have a big user base. So these guys are using Tapjoy, and I think they're on Iron Source mediation because there's a lot of Iron Source, a lot of Unity ads.
Could be.
My little thing here, if you go back to the store, right? The actual store, not this one. If you go to the remove ads offer, this is kind of my first pickle to pick, right? This is super generous. Being all rewarded ads forever.
Yeah.
for 10 euros or 11 or 10 euros, depending on if you're Matej or not.
Yeah.
I've worked on games where this really comes and bites you, right? Like I would have put this more on a 30 days or 15 days, right? Because this is too generous. You're giving way too much away here, and it doesn't give you. Yeah, exactly. For ad, like even you could even do some sort of skip its here, but this is too generous in terms of removing ads. I'm sure it might even be the top IAP, right?
If you go to Center Tab, we might be able to check that. I don't think this is top IAP at all. I mean, what do you think? Like, what's the actual split?
Event boost.
See?
Yeah, it's the one because
Disable ads.
Yeah, but look, third one is ads, right?
Third one, yes.
Ads.
But then, like, how much? Like, what's the split? Ads versus IAPs in this case?
Okay, yeah. So basically, I don't know how many people watch these ads, but I'm estimating 45% ad viewer rate and 6 rewarded ads per day, which would mean on the 113K user base, it's about 8K per day or 9. So like that's 10%, but then offer wall is usually 10% as well. So ad revenue here is 20%. Offer walls usually go up to 10%, yeah. There's a lot of people who watch it, and you got to remember, ECPMs for offer walls in the States is like $600 for offer wall.
I wanted to say, like, you are very good at what you do, but don't continue after that 10%. Yeah, don't continue after that 10%. Like, let's end there. End there.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, if I were to add new ad placements, I'd probably do some sort of pre-match boosters of stats or something like that, but something before you do a run or give you an option to do it. But it's like, it kind of interrupts the game flow. But the biggest pet peeve I have here is their AdApps.txt file. If they added more networks, they would probably increase revenues by 50 or 60% because they only have Unity. Ad revenue. Yeah. They only have Unity and Google. Sure, if you're a 4-person team, that's fine. True. But like every day, you're losing like 2 to 3K by not having AppLovin, by not having Meta, by like none of the major networks, right? So I understand there are 4 people, but it's been live now for 3 years. Like 4, that's a lot of money you've wasted basically by not having those extra networks, right?
Yeah, it's like 50%
it's
US
majority
DAU.
Yeah, it's majority US.
Yeah. It should be pretty good money.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly,
it's
if
an
they
easy
fix.
Easy fix.
Yeah, exactly.
More competition, more money.
Yeah. All right. I rest my case.
Yeah.
No. I think like Anthony mentioned, it's 10%, but I didn't take into consideration the sadness multiplier. So I think it can be more than like 10K per day or 8K per day in terms of the ads.
Nice, like, 4 or 5K a day if you just add all these networks. It makes a massive difference. Like if you only have Google and Iron Source, that's not good. I mean, Unity.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let me upgrade some stuff and try to push tier 2 while you can read the questions in the meantime.
Yeah, of course. I can do that. Because I could put together some questions, and we asked Anthony because I mean he's traveling and having some events and whatnot. The game itself proves that it's a great game, obviously, not just because of the game design. Like, what was the inspiration behind the game, and how Anthony got the idea of combining tower defense with idle. So there's a lot of inspiration that comes from the idle game portfolio in terms of the large number of upgrades in game economy, and the core loop of the game is heavily inspired by a web game called The Perfect Tower. So he felt like having a single tower instead of focusing on tower placements allows the player to spend more time thinking about the macro decisions and less on active gameplay. It turns game into less of a puzzle game and more of a game about grinding. That's what everybody loves. Yeah. And
but this is an ongoing
decision to
trend we
progress
see these days, because it's literally like the same as Bang Bang Survive. Like they just revolve the road. No.
Yeah. Making the best macro decision to progress your tower. And starting with that foundation, Anthony spent most of the time focused on making the meta loops and progression systems as deep as possible, which we can definitely see.
Really deep, like Mariana Trench.
Really deep. Yeah. Then there's a lot of inspiration coming from his other titles for live ops when it comes to the tournaments and event systems. There's no energy systems and other.
As you saw, there's no energy.
Controls.
You can just play.
Exactly.
Where are they based? Are they US based or
US? Yeah. So Anthony is in Austin, and there is someone in San Francisco and in LA as well. They're here. So not focusing on energy system means that the runs the players enters it can be any amount of time that makes sense, right? Exactly, unlimited. The runs that start off short enough that the energy system would have worked, but when you need to have enough levels to make the time short enough to make sense again. So this is just endless, basically.
Because the nature of the game would be very hard to balance.
Exactly. Yeah. The waves start exceeding 100 fairly early on, and at that point, that energy system would be difficult to balance again. So, now you can go for hours. The game was already performing well enough without the energy system, so he didn't want to restrict the player freedom or just, jumping into a game. So you can basically play one long session or just a couple of sessions.
Leave it on an emulator with the macro. It's literally the community recommendation.
Yeah?
Yeah, literally. Like I played it like that. Like, man, you just like set up. I have even the macro here somewhere.
Jesus.
Here, like, see the tower. You just leave it like this, and it just buys absolute defense forever, and that's it. Just leave it like that for a night.
Amazing. There you go, wave 531. So then the UI interactions are very unique, and Jakub would say nothing he has seen before.
Yeah,
so
like the menu structure and everything, like the standard of UI, UX, basically thrown out of the window.
Yeah, I mean, just what is exactly the unique? But if you're referring to this, like the round UI is a bit unique that you never interact with the world space view. Just that's the one.
Yeah, that's.
And it's simply deciding the upgrades for your tower. So that's all the connections there. And he didn't want any true active gameplay, and the gameplay linked towards like more of a management game, which I guess that's kind of really good connects to the idle part.
I built the UI like Excel sheet so you can play with the Excel sheet. That's basically it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a bit like Paperclips. It just reminded me of that.
It's like it's very close to Paperclips, actually. Like very, very close to Paperclips.
And then Anthony said like the Beetle Defender did a good job of leaning into what essentially is a small number of towers instead of one. That leans more into the RPG elements. And it also did a really good job of broadening the audience, which I would assume like that's definitely what Beetle Defender did because of the gameplay and the art style as well. Because
yeah, it's just much more mainstream. Like this is like
differentiator. Yeah, this is super
hexagons against squares.
I mean, hexagons are the bestagons, right?
Exactly, the bestagons.
So then, who is the biggest competitor? And yeah, surprisingly, as we discussed, like there's not that many clones, although there are some. But by the time that already built the massive community and around the game, so I mean, everybody showed up super late anyway, because this is already
this is the Geometry Tower clone, which has been there from 2024, and it just went nowhere. Like its biggest scale was like 8K a day. Like, that's it there. I guess they just can't keep up with the deepness of like how many features and systems these guys already pushed into 4 years. So not really. Yeah,
but it's and also like building the community since the very beginning, I would say. So that's why I mean it's quite different. And so the Beetle Defender kind of comes into mind in terms of the actual competition. But even though this is a tower defense game, Anthony tends to benchmark it against other like management/tycoon games.
Much more closer to idle than tower defense.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely more what like feels like the game actually is. And
looking forward to seeing what the UA creatives will look like for this.
I mean, there's not that many things. Yeah, we'll get to it, but it's not that many things that you can actually do with this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Gameplay, but again, therefore, like you have the Anthony as the biggest star of the creatives, which definitely worked well because I saw it a million times before. Anyway, so the biggest milestone features for the game that you added through the years. So when the game released, it was fairly bare-bone with cards, labs, tournament, and ultimate weapons. Over time, the large needle movers were like adding bi-weekly events. The module system,
you see these spikes here.
Yeah, exactly. And the module system, which is more in like an in-depth gacha system that are
I guess that's the one system. I'm missing.
Yes, and then guilds, which are still bare bone at the moment, but they're strong foundation for engagement.
Those are power users' nets, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, simply extending the core gameplay and adding layers to existing mechanics like cards, mastery, system once you've completed the card collection. Basically.
Really? That's interesting.
there's a lot of complexity to the game as you get further. So it's tricky to add something new and keep the game complexity manageable. So he tends to focus on adding layers to the existing systems, like ultimate weapons plus workshop enhancements and stuff.
Yeah. That's great because like learning and adding like a completely new progression layer, increases the attention budget and the whole complexity formula. So it's this is the tricky part, like how to design more progression layers without like using much new stuff.
Yeah. And then there's the last question from Jakub was about the kind of the current team size, which I already kind of mentioned. But the game started with just Anthony himself.
1%.
It's like he launched the game, making it entirely himself. And then after a bit of success, he had the dev to help run it with him for a year or so. And now, as I said, four people at this point, devs and like artists. Come on. So
Jesus, wow,
it's amazing.
This game's made like over 50 mil. Like, it's impressive. Yeah,
it's very impressive. Yeah. So now we have like also product manager and UA in house as well, by the way. So it's interesting stuff. Because then I ask what's the actual like behind like the scale, because it's just game updates or creatives or UA or whatever was that, and it was actually surprise mostly about the game updates because increases the engagement LTV over time, and now they're making only 2 or 4 creatives a month, which is very little. And we know they know they need to kind of improve this, but it was basically the scale. That's all like pushing the LTV over time, increasing the LTV over time, because that's what usually dictates the level of spend you can the level of money you can spend. But they have the one hero creative, which is Anthony in the interview, and I will show you that in a second.
So he told you it's 10% ad revenue?
Yeah.
Does that include offer, you think, or no? Yeah.
I think so as well. But 10% overall, with the real numbers can be slightly different from what we see in Cinderella Tower.
Yeah, that's true. Compared to the revenue context. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
anything else then, or shall we go UA?
We can go UA. I mean, I literally asked like, how do you feel about being the face of the best performing creative? He was like, well, I was surprised, but in the retrospective, it makes a lot of sense. The marketing strategy was focused on connecting with the types of players that would enjoy a game like this with deep mechanics and community. He gets recognized more often than he expected. It's actually because, I mean, honestly, like if you're a dev like this and you make the game alone, like you will get noticed, but in a very niche community.
Yeah, the whole thing is super niche. Yeah,
exactly. But like it's insane. It's insane, really. I love it. Let's see. And I actually, let's check here.
You're sharing the screen, or I'm sharing the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to share. Don't worry. I'm going to share the screen. I just need to kind of move a little bit. You know what? I'm just going to share.
I love these Cinderella stories where it's like solo devs that just like, knock it out of the park. It's great.
Look. So
there we go.
There you go.
See, those are like all the things if you scale it up. It's just great game design. Like
exactly.
That's the whole game. Like it's just very, very good game and excellent balancing.
Yeah. Excellent balancing. I look at the Discord community and everything. So basically, this is the best performing creative, and this is Anthony. Yeah. So I mean, easy as that. Basically, if you remember, I was talking about these types of creatives in Istanbul in my presentation, like the dev kind of generated videos, because this is what works, especially in this. Look, this is almost your turtle.
The hundreds of enemies creative.
Yeah, hundreds of enemies.
Looks like fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like the drones. This is exactly what you need to do.
All is real, basically. Nothing's fake.
Yeah. And I mean, you need to use the
Damn anything into defense and you win.
Yeah. There you go. That's your.
You need to upgrade the doors. They're literally telling you the best tactic to like help the funnel.
Exactly. I mean, like that's it. I would assume like this would work better.
By the way, you
if
see that skin of the like Miami neon thing? Like it can turn into that if you change the skins and shit.
Yeah. This would work if it's way more if it's 60-second video, by the way. But okay, so this is again. And I had this. I mean, they're using some of the different things, obviously AI as well, but it's not.
This is AI, no?
Yeah, it is AI. Yeah, but it's not that strong. I mean, the latest. See. I mean, if you combine this with what Cole mentioned on the podcast before, where they do live action videos like people, and then combine it with the gameplay and long ones as well, like that's the exact Triumph guys. Yeah, that's what definitely works, because this feels a little bit like random.
That's definitely random.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, I can see this as a little bit better, but I wanted to show you one face which I will get into. See, with all of these creatives are short, and
14 seconds.
14 seconds, then there was 20 seconds, 15 seconds.
This is what, like drug dealer?
I don't know, man. It feels super random. So like that's there, but you have Anthony here as a different version, obviously, and then again
interviews.
Good old street interviews, which is fine. But this is exactly like Raid Rush is doing, which is great. So I can imagine this works quite well. Again, 30 seconds only, and then we have like the UGC stuff. We have also a little bit of AI again, but it's 11 seconds, so it's quite short. Although Anthony mentioned that they're kind of not able to scale Uplavin that much, so I immediately said it's because of the creative part and the playables, which is quite hard to figure out, obviously. But then we have something like this. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, again, there are some interesting creatives, but it's not. I mean, the worst part of this is just you need to use this gameplay, so you don't have so many options. Yeah. So you need to be very creative, which is fine, or crazy, which is fine as well, and use a lot of people. And then I'm trying to find. I guess it was on the Facebook side of things, because their biggest channel is Google, which was surprising for me. But I mean, I don't judge.
Explain for a non-UA person why that's surprising.
Because the top channel is Uplavin, and usually every game that we discuss on this podcast, which is not based in China, are killing it on Uplavin. But it might be connected to what you said.
Pretty good UX expertise on that, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're running everything in-house at the moment, which is fine. But I'm trying to find this one, which is our...
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony is the one running the campaigns, actually, the CEO.
No, he's not.
He's not, okay.
They used an agency before, and now they have an internal person. This?
No. The
one on the floor.
Pink floor.
Yeah, pink.
Yeah, look. Hello.
That's so random.
Yeah, I mean,
where's the
Japanese?
Where's the guy on the floor? What happened to that?
Exactly, that's the guy on the floor. Oh wait, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is pretty much it. I'm trying to find our good old friend Jason, who was in this.
The UGC Jason.
Yeah, the UGC guy. Yeah. I saw Jason somewhere here, but
I guess I'm
not sure where he's. Yeah, he's getting it. I mean,
is that June's Journey creative?
Yeah, it is. It is, but I don't.
Static image.
I don't think that
must be a Sensor Tower mistake.
That's correct, but it's okay.
These guys wouldn't do it like the Chinese ones would do.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like there are multiple different.
Memes are, I think, okay because it's a very niche community, so only niche people will get captured by it anyway.
That's true. Yeah, but then, do you want the niche people or you want niche? Yeah, exactly. The niche CPI. I don't think
$20.
Well, it's exactly. So that's why they have only 7,000. I mean, instas per day, right?
But like this is exactly like Felix said. It's a Cinderella story. You start to work on your favorite game, and you turn it into a hobby. Then you turn it into job. Then you turn it into like this giant success story. It's still completely people would laugh at this, like if it's like compared to some like big games we cover during the year. But in the end, like what they ever need, like they have so much money, they don't really care. And so what? That's perfect in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean.
Do you know how much he spends on UA? Like,
no, I didn't ask. I didn't want to be too pushy, and I think that's
like this is
something
like
they want to have close to their heart. But they're kind of optimizing for like 180 days, which is fairly conservative.
Half a year payback.
Spend 5 to 6 months nowadays.
Yeah, like this is literally like the Stardew Valley of mobile free to play. Like this is it basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they get a lot of organics as well, then, from their community and stuff, right?
Oh, for sure.
kind of.
Man, they have, I think, a lot of their UA is done through the content creators, as I was checking the builds and everything, even though they, they don't pay them that hard like Supercell does. But they have, I think, in the game, I think I've seen it. Yeah. Can you give me the screen for a second? So even though they're that small, they still have the creator code program.
Nice, yeah.
So I guess they're also using this angle very much, because when I was looking at the turtle build guide, which like again at some point I was like let me just Google this shit because it's obviously not optimal how I play
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
And I found multitudes of videos, lots of shit like similar to something like Granny, like big pushes and everything. Not that big because it's not that mainstream. It's just say like this, but still a lot of creators, a lot of community people kind of doing this. I'm guessing their Discord is super strong. So yeah, it's even like here there's the link for it. So yep, it's just the usual playbook for this like Cinderella story game. Like you try to grow it more to community, through quality, through not scamming people, through fake ads, whatever. Something,
it's like 50% if you go. Well, it's 1 second. It's March. The paid ads is like 30% at the moment. What? No.
Yeah, Discord
50%. 50% is.
Discord is 100k people with even now 25k online.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
A lot of organics then.
Yeah.
So we have 60k paid ads and paid search. So it's like 90,000, which is basically 50% of the whole kind of installs.
Still goes to show how important UA is, even if you have a Cinderella story. Like you still need to get the UA right. Yeah. Like UA is so important.
Of course. And also it's if you want to scale UA, you can also call PVX partners. If you want to grow your budget without giving away a piece of your company, just go to pvxpartners.com and get the credit line for marketing, which is the most efficient way how to scale your game without getting an additional investment or just getting away a piece of your company. So pvxpartners.com. And that's pretty much the Cinderella story we have here. Anthony, kudos, and to the team. This is insane.
Reddit
this is very
also 55k. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So community is fucking strong.
Yeah, I mean, that is. And you build it step by step, right? So this is not like
Wait, before we finish, Anthony, where was he working before? Is he like a self-taught game like designer, or
I'm not sure. We can.
Or is he from one of the big gaming?
I don't think so.
This is not the game story you're looking for.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Yeah.
Not the Microsoft Harvard dropout. I'm guessing.
Definitely not. So
no, but he's a great game designer, right?
Yeah,
how do you teach yourself this? Like, it's just really like
you just dig very deep into the games you like to play because you play them so much.
He was working at Praxair Inc., whatever that is, a chemical manufacturing company, and he was an operation manager for 5 years.
Well, I'm guessing it's one of those like I don't like my job, so I'm gonna build this game to kind of switch to a different job.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Exactly, I think so. So he started as a cryogenic control room engineer, then he was a plant engineer, and then operation manager. And then he built a game which is absolutely killing it.
Yeah. I think like this also like a very, very strong kind of pushing force for it to work because you don't want to. I don't know, but I'm just guessing.
No, like this is like he literally like he quit the job, started a company, and built the game. And like this is exactly what I was always talking about. Like it has to work because there's no other way.
When did he actually left the job? Just so we see the overlap.
When he was 2017 and so in 2019, but started a company in 2017. His own like
the game is like 2021, so it's like
but this is like this is not their own.
It's not the first game.
Not the only game. It's not the first game. Yeah, it's not.
So you don't become a Cinderella from the first game.
Not usually,
unless you're Steven Carvata and just you get super lucky.
Anyway, great game. Definitely one of my next kind of go-to examples of idle game design. Definitely. Okay.
I'm trying to find like if there is because you didn't mention the whole portfolio, obviously.
There's Idle Planet Miner, which is like every second ad.
I
guess it's reloaded or something.
Yes, doesn't matter. So there is the additional money on top of this, and as he mentioned, like the old idle games that are taking. Or like from all these idle games, he took inspiration, just implemented these idle mechanics into
By the way,
tower.
that game is also not that small. Just saying,
This
Idle
one.
Planet Miner. It's,
yeah.
Like it's even older.
2019. Yeah.
Matej, give me the screen. I have it here. It's even older, but it's also currently hitting its all-time high of
Yeah.
20K a day.
Also, I think the ads in this game are way
It's easier to have good odds or what?
I wouldn't say so, to be honest.
fair. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like if
Okay,
they have
then,
the TXT thing, as Felix said, like I wouldn't guess. It's like seems to me just like Tower is a better iteration on like their learning
this.
from this game. No,
Yeah.
not the core, but like systems and stuff.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. Also, again, Anthony and all the
kudos to the team.
all your
Yeah, well done. But don't forget to
more-
add those networks, like unnecessary
Yeah.
money to lose. Yeah.
yeah, more creatives, playables, and then you can scale even more. Thank you very much, dear listeners. Check out the Slack channel. Comment under the video because this is very important for us as well. Share it with your industry friends and colleagues, and see you next time.
Bye bye.